Every year in this country, backpackers and hikers die due to weather and exposure in many wilderness areas. Now, I had an incident that recently occurred when I was over in the Frank Church River of No Return Wilderness, and I want to talk to you about that. So I'm heading out on the Langer Lake Trail in the Frank Church, and I decided to get off the trail and do a little bushwhacking to a lake that I saw on the map. So as I'm going, I get to the lake finally, and I start setting up my base camp. Well, I noticed a mountain storm coming in, and the temperatures slowly starting to fall. Eventually, it turned into rain, hail, and then it was a very light snow. By that evening, the temperatures were in the 30s, and the next morning, they were in the 20s. And you can see in this picture here that I had my max temperature, which was during the day, till I got to 28.8 degree temperature, which I took in the morning, and it was probably about maybe 6 a.m. in the morning, somewhere around that time. So you're talking about a 60 degree plus fall in temperature, which is substantial. And it was in July. So I was prepared and I had the right gear, the clothing to sustain me during that evening. Now, when it comes to clothing in cold weather in the mountains, you want to utilize a layering system. And that consists of 3 layers. You have a base layer, which would be a merino wool. Then you have a mid layer, which could be a fleece. And then you have an outer layer, which would be a shell, which would protect you from any type of rain, wet weather, or even snow. So I utilized this layering system. And you can also see that I utilized a hammock while I was out there. And when you utilize a hammock, especially in cold weather, make sure you have a good underquilt, because that underquilt is going to keep you warm in the evening. Not what you have in the hammock, it's that underquilt, because you want to have that underquilt under you, and there's that air between you and that underquilt that's going to keep you warm in the evening, which mine did. Now, if you utilize a tent, make sure you have a good air mattress that's insulated to protect you from the cold ground. So when it comes to being in the mountains, backpacking or hiking, make sure that you're prepared and plan to have the right gear with you, which would be the clothing to sustain you in case the temperatures do fall. And that's what happened in my situation. Now, if I didn't have that, I could tell you right now, it would have been a pretty rough evening for me. And if somebody was out there in shorts and a shirt, they might have not fared so well, and they may have perished due to exposure. So be prepared and plan when you're in any mountains at any time during the year to have the right gear in case the temperatures fall like they did in my situation.